So the rash of violence, it seems to be off the chain.
Yeah, it is. It's very much so. It's an epidemic. It's really, really going bad today. And then again, it still goes to the fact that there's nothing for us, people of color, to do. There's no true role models. There's no true leadership. There's no such thing as an uncle anymore. There's not even a playground for our kids to play in. We're going to give them a park. When we were kids, there was a playground. But we don't talk about those things. We don't hear about those things. And more than anything else, we are more afraid of our children because of what the man going to say by the way we raise them than we are of raising our own kids. If my kid come up bad and I chastise my kid in a certain way, then the people say that I'm wrong. Somehow, some kind of way, we got to learn how to take authority back into our own household, us being men, and then even more so the women who are struggling to raise their kids on their own. They need help. They need understanding. But if you can't allow your kid to be raised the way that you know how to raise them, then why would you let somebody else tell you how to raise them? This is what we're dealing with. We coming right off the reflect of you can't whoop your kid. You can't tell your kid this. You can't do that to your kid. All these things. But so nowadays, the kids are raising themselves because the way you let it go, I can't tell my kid nothing. I can't curse to my kid. I can't yell to my kid. I'll go to jail. It's a bad feeling, man. It's a bad feeling. It's a bad feeling for us to see and know what we're dealing with today. No jobs. What you want to talk about? No education. We dropping out of school at alarming rates, and nobody's never even saying anything about it. You want to talk about all this killing? The kids that live right one block from you, down the street here, he was killed. But did the mayor go knock on his grandmother door and shake her hand and say, I'm sorry? No. The same night there was another kid killed on Burgard. But did the mayor wind up at their family house? No. What he did was go and protect the interests of the people. The people who don't even live in the communities. The people who come from the Cheektowagas and the Amhersts and the surroundings, who goes into downtown Buffalo and party with till wee hours in the morning. But what does that do for the people in the city? I mean, for real. And you just want to, I hate to babble on and go deep into this thing. What about all the dollars that was lost with this Bass Pro deal, as you and I spoke about? There was millions of dollars that was put out so we could attract Bass Pro to the inner city. Not inner city, but to attract Bass Pro into the downtown development area. They spent millions of dollars to bring Bass Pro here. But now Bass Pro say we ain't coming. But what about our millions of dollars that were lost? What about that? Those monies could have used to pump something into the inner city. Take your camera and flash it around here. What do you see? Lots. It's terrible. But there's a plan to knock down everything, but where's your plan to redevelop? What is it doing for the community? Where's our money going? We got this mayor, because he's the man of color. Does he make it the man of us? I mean, really, the last time I seen Mayor Byron Brown knocking on somebody's hand or knocking on somebody's door and shaking their hand at a murder scene was when there were 3 people killed on Hirschback Avenue in the city of Buffalo. And the reason he was there because there was a white girl that was killed out of Derby. Other than that, he wouldn't be there. Now it happened in white downtown Buffalo, and the mayor's back knocking on their door. Look at the struggling mother here going through her changes. Do you see the mayor walking up and say, hey, can I help you? No, he lives in the heart of the city. Why you don't see him walk the city? The mayor don't come out unless he got 4 or 5 police with him. Well, I mean, it's just how it goes. Until we start paying attention to one another and becoming a voice as a whole, we ain't going to be nobody. You go to these preachers. What the preachers going to do? I mean, for real. The preacher's been preaching for I got 20 years under this robe. I got 30 years under this robe. Hallelujah. And you preach from 11 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon, but at 3:01, you going home to your fancy house with all the money that the people just gave you and not going into the streets. You bring this developer, Croce. Who the hell is Croce? I ain't never seen Croce in the East Side. Who the hell is it?
Well, Croce doesn't. He said he don't want the local party promoters bringing a certain type of people down to the downtown area because it messes up the downtown image.
Well, that's what got to happen. If you want to pull the cover off racism, don't go into downtown. Don't go into downtown. It's a heck of a thing that I was, matter of fact, I was once trying to go downtown to a downtown nightclub. Of course, I was dressed accordingly, but there was another kid that was in front of me that kind of had a little baggy shorts. They didn't allow him in, but there was another white kid with shorts hanging down to his butt. He could go into the same club. So, I mean, for real. So, in other words, you're not free to roam the city that you live in. What makes it so different? Because I wear my clothes a little bit different. I got a degree as well as he has a degree. You got lucky and somebody silver spooned you and gave you a few dollars, but because I don't have the silver spoon, I can't go where you go? Is that what you're saying?